Welcome to Crestview, a neighborhood where the lawns are perfect, the fences are white, and the rules are absolute. Mark didn't mind the rules until he brought home his pride and joy. A lime green Lamborghini Huracan. It was more than just a car. It was a masterpiece of engineering, glowing under the golden afternoon sun. But across the street, someone wasn't impressed. Meet Karen, the self-appointed guardian of the neighborhood's aesthetic integrity. She lived for violations and a lime green supercar in a sea of beige sedans. To her, that was an act of war. Before the engine could even cool down, Karen was already on Mark's property, clipboard in hand and fury in her eyes. She claimed the car was an eyesore, a noise violation, and not in the spirit of Crestview. Mark just smiled calmly. He politely explained it was on his private property and perfectly legal. Karen didn't take no for an answer. The argument escalated until Karen left with a final warning. "Get rid of it, or I will." Mark thought she was just venting. He was wrong. As night fell, a dark figure emerged from the shadows. Mark's 4K security system caught everything. Karen was back, and she wasn't carrying a clipboard this time. With a heavy object, she began to vent her frustrations directly onto the Italian paint. She looked absolutely manic. The sound of shattering glass echoed in the quiet night as she smashed the custom taillight. She finished her work by pinning a crumpled HOA violation notice right onto the cracked, expensive windshield. The next morning, Mark walked out with his coffee. He didn't scream. He just looked at the damage. He pulled out his phone and opened the security app. The footage was crystal clear. Karen's face was in full HD. Mark didn't go to Karen's house. He went to his lawyer, a specialist in high-asset property damage. The lawyer watched the video and leaned back with a grin. "This," he said, "is going to be very expensive for her." 2 days later, the flashing blue and red lights of the police department illuminated Karen's pristine driveway. She tried to argue, pointing at her clipboard, but the handcuffs went on anyway. Felony vandalism is no joke. The repair bill for the Lamborghini was over $80,000. Karen was about to learn a very hard lesson. The court ordered Karen to pay for damages, legal fees, and emotional distress. It was a massive financial reckoning. A month later, a for sale sign appeared in Karen's yard. She had to sell her house just to cover the debt. Mark watched from his driveway as a trailer arrived. This time, it wasn't the green Lambo. It was something even rarer. As Mark pulled out of the driveway, he looked in the rearview mirror at the empty house where Karen used to live. Justice is best served with a twin-turbo engine. Mark shifted gears and left the rules of Crestview in the dust.